Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a fairly unique part in SolidWorks. This part is for my Steelcase office chair modeling project. It is a bent metal tube that forms the sides of the chair seat. You will see a photo of it in a minute, but first let's save a new part file after opening it. Alright, now I'm going to start by creating a 2D sketch on the right side plane. I'm choosing the right side plane because this is going to be a side profile of our final part. Now we're in the sketch, go to Tools, down to Sketch Tools, and then select Sketch Picture. This is going to allow me to import a picture into SolidWorks. So I'm going to select my photo, and there we go. SolidWorks has pulled it up in the sketch. Now I'm going to scale the picture. You can see when I took the picture I had taken it with a tape measure there so that I could scale the picture later. I'm going to draw a line along the length of the tape measure, starting at something like 10 centimeters. And going down the line to 50. You'll notice I'm using as much of the tape measure as possible in order to reduce the error in my measurements. Just make sure that it is actually at 10. Yep. Okay. So now to scale it, I'm going to use the Smart Dimension tool to measure that line. And that line came out at that really long number. So now I'm going to use proportions to scale this picture. So I'm going to do 400, which is the optimal length of that ruler, divided by 850.7446353, whatever. And if I knew how to type in my calculator, that would come out to about 0.47. Alright, so I'm going to accept that. Now I'm going to double click on the image to bring up its properties on the left, and I'm going to change this number by multiplying it by the ratio that we had calculated before, which was 0.4701763414. Alright, and SolidWorks automatically scales the picture in all directions to be the proper size. So that looks pretty good. We're going to accept that. And we can verify really quick by drawing another line from 10 to 50 and making sure that this is in fact 400 millimeters is our goal. 398.87, that looks pretty close. Okay, so now we're going to exit this sketch and we're going to create on the right plane a new sketch. Okay. Now with this sketch we're going to trace the profile of the chair. So I'm going to start with all the easy straight lines. There's one here. There's a smaller one back here. And there's one more long one at the top. Now I'm going to connect those with 3-point arcs. You want to get these fairly close, but they don't have to be perfect yet. And I'm just tracing the top of that bar there. Alright, now I'm going to select adjacent lines and make sure everything is nice and tangent. Don't want to select midpoints, we want to select lines. Let's just try that again. There we go. Tangent. Tangent. And tangent. Cool. Now we can drag these shapes around until they match the profile of the chair pretty closely. And the last point, come on SolidWorks. There we are. Okay, so this is the profile line for the chair. Now what we're going to do is give this line some thickness and meaning. So first of all, we can get rid of the original sketch. We'll just hide that for now. And now we just have this nice line in space. In order to create the depth of this, we're going to use a sweep. And to set up a sweep, you need both a sweep profile, which we already have, and a 2D sketch at the ends that you're going to, make the 3D. So we're going to go to Features, and in order to create a surface to sketch on, we're going to make a reference geometric plane. And we're going to create that by selecting the endpoint and then selecting the arc in order to make it tangent to the endpoint. There. Select that. And now that's a plane we can draw on. So I'm going to create a 2D sketch on that plane. There we are. So now I'm going to make myself normal to that. And the profile of this tube metal pipe is elliptical. It's a hollow ellipse. So I'm going to create a couple of ellipses. There we go. And I'm going to make sure the outer ellipse lines up with the sweep path. You can see I just made the top tangent to the sweep path, which if you remember, the sweep path was on the top of the bar. You want to make sure that your sweep path is lined up with the right part of your sketch. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the wrong sweep, and things will look like they fit, but they actually don't. I experienced a lot of that when I was working on this project. So I'm going to use the Smart Dimension tool to set the size of this pipe. So the outer sizes are, this distance is 25.5 millimeters. The height, outer height is 16 millimeters. And on the inside, it is 11.7 millimeters tall and has a width of 20 millimeters. I measured all of this off of the chair with my caliper. Okay. So now we're just going to make sure this point is fixed. Alright, we are not going to make sure that line is fixed. I'm just a little bit concerned that that line is blue, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere, so we don't have to worry too much about that not being defined. So I'm going to exit this sketch, and now you can see we have a sweep profile and also a sketch that we're sweeping. Though these aren't connected, so I'm actually going to have to, that could just be a, yeah, I'm not quite sure why those aren't showing as connected, because they should be connected. We made the 2 points coincident, if you remember correctly. So now I'm going to go to Features and select Swept Boss Base. Now it's prompting us to select our sketch profile. So I'm going to select Sketch 3. That's what we just drew. And now our sweep path is going to be Sketch 2. And you can see it's making that sweep. We have it's showing us what it's about to do, and it looks good, so we're going to confirm it. And there we have that bent pipe that forms the side of the chair. So now, final touch, we're going to hide the plane that is showing there. So now it's just the part, and we're going to set a material. I believe this was just made out of something like plain carbon steel, straightforward. And there we go. This part can be inserted into the rest of the assembly. It's going to be used as a reference for the seat cushions so that they line up perfectly and everything fits together all nice in the final assembly. So that's it. It was actually pretty simple to do that swept boss base and make stuff off of a reference photo. Thanks for watching.